Phil Fidip 2328. I don't know how to say that correctly. Sorry about that. He or she says, while the criticism of lawn care YouTube videos that lack scientific basis is legitimate, it can also be said that the proof is in the pudding. While lawn care YouTube guys might not have a clear idea about the scientific mechanics behind what they're doing, you can logically infer that they are, in fact, doing something right if their lawns are beautiful. This is ultimately all that matters. As you said in this video, even the smartest soil mineralogist you knew was seriously lacking in confidence, which actually makes him, or any intellectual who cannot take a firm position, much less valuable to the average homeowner than the dude on YouTube with a great lawn who is willing to share his tips on how he got there. What an incredibly stupid comment. I don't know who this is, Fidip, whatever his name is. That is one of the most idiotic comments I've ever heard. So what you're saying is, because the scientist is not as confident as a YouTuber, the YouTuber is of greater value because he's out there talking about his lawn than the scientist is because he's not as confident. You could not be more backwards. I don't think you could actually get more backwards than that comment. And I clearly have failed this particular person. He's describing here the Dunning-Kruger effect. In fact, let me see if I can pull it up. So this is the Dunning-Kruger, the famous Dunning-Kruger graph. And what this shows is, for pretty much any topic you can think of, it shows the progression as one gains knowledge and their corresponding change in confidence. So this knowledge down here on the x-axis is sometimes says competency, and on the y-axis is confidence. And as anybody gains knowledge on any topic, unfortunately, we're all on the scale somewhere on every topic. We can't avoid it. You're going to gain a tremendous amount of confidence when you learn a little bit about something. And the more and more you learn, the less and less confidence you gain after this peak of Mount Stupid. And what he's saying is you should have the people at the peak of Mount Stupid are of greater value to homeowners and lawn care operators than the people who have less confidence, which is the scientists. The scientists have less confidence. What's the Bertrand Russell's quote? The problem is that the people who know aren't confident, and the people who are really confident don't know. Basically, is what he's saying, and he was describing in the 1920s the Dunning-Kruger effect. So a lot of scientists are not that confident, and you'll notice the experts down here at the far. Oh, you can't see my screen here. You can't see my arrow. On the far right-hand side of this is the greatest knowledge and competency you gain is when you're an expert. And your confidence isn't as high as the people on top of Mount Stupid. The people on top of Mount Stupid, their confidence is higher. It's as high as it's ever going to get. And it's only after you gain a lot of knowledge and competency on a topic that you begin to lower that confidence down. And just because you're on YouTube talking about this or that and all this other stuff about you should be, buying this product and you should be buying worm juice and kelp and seaweed and you should be applying, natural organics all the time. Just because you have the nerve and you have the confidence to get on YouTube and talk about it does not mean you're of value greater than someone who doesn't do that. The dumbest thing I ever heard in my life. The people who are not that in fact, earlier today, I had Dr. Christians on, and he's been in the business he's been in science for 40-something years. You didn't see him talking that confident about stuff. He's like, well, I don't know that much, in the literature about that, or I know there's a little bit of data on this, and what do you think, Travis? I mean, he's not out there saying you should do this, and the man's forgotten more about turfgrass science than I'll ever know, and he's not that confident on this stuff. But that doesn't mean he's not as valuable. Now, if you want to say the YouTubers are more influential, more impactful, then you have an argument. But that's the problem, is that there's a lot of people on YouTube, and a lot of people get their information from YouTube and from social media. And that's one of the very first guests I ever had on here was my wife. And we went over the hierarchy of evidence. And at the bottom of that pyramid is all the noise and the ether. And it's all the opinions, all the information. How do you prioritize information? Go back and look at the very first guest I ever had on. How do you prioritize the information that you receive? And you're flooded with all the information at the bottom of that pyramid. The majority of information you get is complete noise. How do you separate that out? How do you prioritize that out? Okay. That's what we went over in that episode. This bottom of the pyramid is where most of YouTube people on sending information out, that's where all their information is, at the bottom of the pyramid. It's just opinions. You shouldn't have near as high confidence in that as you should when you move up the pyramid into the level of expertise and into the level of published evidence and so forth, and peer-reviewed journals and so forth. But for this guy to say, any intellectual who cannot take a firm position is less valuable to a homeowner. Less influential, maybe. Less impactful, perhaps, but less valuable. The scientists who don't have a firm position, who are a little bit skeptical, who aren't as confident, that's the people you want to sit down next to at meetings and ask them questions.